Before you press play, like this is just another episode in your queue, I need you to pause, take a breath, and ask yourself something real simple but real necessary. Who benefits from your exhaustion? Because I promise you, it ain't you. And if you keep ignoring the whispers from your body, the system will eat you alive and call it success. You are listening to Breaking Chains, the podcast for the strong ones who are tired of being strong. I am your host, Nicole Richards, and today I'm not here to perform. I'm not here to polish it up. I'm here to tell the truth, mine, yours, ours. This episode is heavy, but it is also freeing because we're naming the cost of a system that was never designed for our rest and offering you one shift that could save your life. This country, this workforce, this grind culture, none of it was created with Black healing in mind. It was built on forced labor. It was built on survival. And we are expected to produce like we're still on a plantation. See, during slavery, our ancestors worked in the fields 10 to 15 hours a day, 6 days a week, in heat, hunger, and harm. Now we're told to take pride in being overworked, and that pride is killing us. Jacob Taylor, a Dallas postal worker, died delivering mail in 115-degree heat. Think about that for a minute. Y'all cry when it's 80 degrees outside in New York. He was covering someone else's shift. Like, we say prayers to the families, but that person and their guilt that they're going to walk around with, prayer to them too. 2 years earlier, Eugene Gates Jr. died doing the same job. The system didn't change. It just replaced the man. And let's talk about the jobs that look good on paper. You know, those government jobs, the benefits, pensions. Yeah, I had one. On the surface, stable, respectable, predictable. But underneath, it was squeezing the life out of me. They promised a pension after 30 years of giving them everything. And even then, you better live long enough to collect it. And I'm not laughing at y'all who choose that life. It just was not aligned for me. That's not loyalty. That's hustle disguised as a retirement plan. A Stanford business study found that workplace kills over 120,000 people every year in the US. The CDC reports that nearly 60% of Black women live with high blood pressure, and we're 3 times more likely to die from heart disease than white women. A 2021 report by the Nat Ministry and Gallup shows over 70% of Black women don't rest until everything and everyone else is taken care of. This isn't burnout, it's breakdown by design. Quita Cole was a 40-year-old chef. A 40-year-old chef. I turned 40 not even 2 months ago. And she posted, Quita needs rest and never woke up. Right? This is the second half of our life. I couldn't even imagine working and grinding that way. And it's just because we were taught something that is so diabolical. I have no other way to say it. Once I saw them taking away naps from kindergartners, I think right after my son finished kindergarten, what was that, almost 13 years ago? Like, how do you take away naps from children? Oh, you guys really want to work us to the grave. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not co-signing on this anymore. Dr. Shaquinta, and forgive me, I'll put her name and all her handles in the show notes because I follow her and her son. If you ever see them, it's basically my life with my son, and I send him those reels almost every day. But she survived, I want to say 2 strokes and a heart attack, and she realized she had to change some things in her life. So now she lives with radical intentions. And then there's me. I was at a doctor's appointment recently, right? Waiting on test results. One, the fact that I am seeing a cardiologist before I turn 40 because of just my grief in the past and like feeling it in my body. And I'm like, oh, that doesn't feel right. Let me go get that checked out, right? And it's more than just the high blood pressure and the which runs in the family. It's the pulsating behind my ears. I'm like, what is that? What is that noise? And I'm running every test because I don't know, right? And I'm a hypochondriac and I got to do every test so I can feel comfortable. I'm working on those things because it's not a safe place to be, right? And this is why we get therapy and all the things and have coaches. Um, but it's because I'm watching the news constantly and I had to reevaluate some things. But I used to sit here trying to pretend I'm okay because I've been conditioned to hold it together. So I see you because I am you. And this isn't just for entrepreneurs, business owners. This is for the woman clocking in the full-time job, managing a household, holding it up for everybody around her. Rest isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And I'm not giving you 12 things to do. I'm giving you one shift. But here's how you practice it starting today. One, saying you're going to do the one shift. But one shift is reclaim rest has your right, not a reward. I want you to pause daily and think about we're not earning this. Set a 5-minute timer, no phone, no chores, just breathe. And there's so many different ways to do your breath work. You can look it up on social media. There's plenty of gurus out there. You might be able to find one here on YouTube, or you can use ChatGPT and say, this is all I can commit to, and give it your information. You tell everybody else and other people be gossiping about you behind your back. Why not tell an AI? All these other devices are listening to us. But I digress, right? And then I want you to hold one boundary this week. Say no to something. Protect your peace. You don't want to go to that dinner? Say no. You don't want to go to that extra event after having a long day at work and the kids are screaming in the car and you like, I can't even. Then don't, right? Just say no and be okay with it. Yeah, someone might be mad, but would you rather them be mad at you or would you rather be mad at yourself? Right? Like at some point we have to be okay with hurting someone's feelings. We have to be okay with not controlling other people's emotions for the actions that you take to protect yourself. You're not doing it out of being malicious. You're doing it out of bandwidth and it's low. So prioritize yourself, right? Schedule one moment of joy, something just for you, guilt-free. I was in a pitch competition the other day and I placed third in public votes, which I was very excited about, but I didn't win overall, which as a former athlete, I get in my head about that, right? I'm like, what did I do wrong? But I know what I did, right? I took my accountability of how I showed up, when I showed up, how I prepared, and I still chose a plan, whether or not I won or lost, that I was going to go out. And I decided on a beautiful steakhouse, and I sat there and had the best Caesar salad. I know it's like a Caesar salad, girl. No, it was like it had broccoli rabe in it. It had a zest of lemon. I could describe that all day. And then I had a peanut butter pie. I had a glass of Chardonnay and then a red blend. Like all these things were my moments of joy. How can you find that for yourself? It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It could have been just a pie, right? It could have been a walk outside. It could have been a dance. I listened to Thriller last night. It was my son's first time. And I'm like, you're almost 19. How is this your first time watching this music video? But that's another whole episode that we could talk about that, but it's okay. So if this episode cracks something open in you, don't leave it there. Start with the reset ritual, a free guided experience with audio and affirmations. It helps you calm your nervous system, reclaim your rhythm, and take your power back. And I meant the rest ritual. We're not giving out the reset ritual yet. It's just the rest one. And then I want you to apply for the rest and reset retreat. It's our very first retreat. We're starting here in the US before going international in 2026. Spots are limited, and this is a sacred, curated space. You also can get your own rest is the revenue plan card, your pocket reminder to pause. It includes, I'm just going to hold it up. It includes a QR code to download the ritual and breakdown of what rest really means. R, reclaim your time, your boundaries, your body. E, exhale expectations that aren't yours. S, sit with your soul, your softness, your silence. T, trust that doing less can lead to more. You don't owe the world your breakdown. You don't owe anyone your silence. What you owe is honesty with yourself. So take a break, take the ritual, take your power back.